Hi everybody, this is Carisa with Inky Fairy Designs, back with you and the greeting farm today for another start to finish card. We're going to make a very clean and simple card, one layer today. We're going to focus on coloring this adorable image. She is Snuddle Anya, and she's a special stamp, an exclusive stamp that you can only get at the greeting farm. She was styled by Alice Wong, and I just think it's absolutely adorable. So I am going to, I die cut this Copic Express-It paper already, and so I can stamp her in Memento Tuxedo Black ink right where I want her. And this is basically going to be the entire card. I'm going to mount her on some cardstock later, but we're just going to focus on the coloring. So I did speed this up once again. Hopefully you can still kind of see the coloring come together. I tried to hold my markers a little bit different so you can see it actually lay down each color. And if you can see on the screen, I thought this would be a good way to show you the colors that I'm using today. I have this grid paper by Simon Says Stamp, and I colored each marker on the side and also wrote the number of the marker. And I showed you which colors were for the skin and which colors were for the hair. And then I do try to point to it as I'm laying it down, but I don't always remember. So they're pointed to E11, and I laid that down, and then now I'm going to put some shadow here. So R20, R22. I'm going to do some tip to tip here. I like to do that for the cheeks to kind of give it a little bit more rosy of a look without being too intense with the R22. So of course I'm going to go in and add that cool shadow using the V20. I ended up after I cut the video, I deepened that up with V22. So in the pictures at the end you'll see that that purple is actually more prominent, which I felt it needed to be deeper, and so I did use V22, but I didn't show that on the paper because I did that afterwards. So here we're going to start the hair, and for the hair I'm using YR27, E37, and E59. And I always start light to dark, so and I have my colors listed on the screen, light to dark, because that is the order that I do them. So I will always start with my lightest color and kind of map out where my shadows are, and then I will start to deepen those up by going into my medium tone and then into my dark tone. So, and you can see I do kind of like sections of the hair at a time. This was something that I learned over the time that I started coloring, and it makes it easier to kind of focus on one area at a time, just as if you're coloring the shirt or you're coloring the shorts. You know, you just break down the hair in different sections and kind of look at it, and that way you can really focus on what you want to do with the hair, as far as if you want to add highlights or deepen up shadows or create strands. And I just think that it makes it easier when you're working on hair to break it up into little sections. And so I tend to follow the lines on the stamp, and that will create where I want my shadow. So I'll just decide kind of where the light is coming from, or I'll just decide, you know, I want this piece in front of this piece, so you can see how I leave it really light. Like when she's facing upright, I turn the image constantly, so I apologize if that drives you nuts, but that's how I color, because it's easier for me to flick away from me than it is to flick towards me. So that's why I will generally turn the paper lots and lots and lots while I'm coloring. You can see I left a really, you know, highlighted, there's no color where that white is, and I'm just slowly bringing in the color each time I add a layer. So here I'm bringing in the lightest color a little bit further, but I'm still leaving quite a bit of white. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to take my deepest color, which is the E59, and darken up those shadow areas. And here's where it starts to really look and you know, kind of have that look that I'm going for. When you first start out, it's not really going to look like anything. It's kind of the hot mess period, but you really just have to push through that and believe that as you continue to add layers, that it's going to just all of a sudden you're going to look at it and you're going to see her come to life and think that, wow, it really looks like hair now. So when I'm doing hair, I really like to focus on the flicking and trying to create more texture and individual strands. And it's not something that is like a huge thing for me, but I think, like I've mentioned in other videos, it's definitely, it gives me more control to do it that way, and so that's why I do. I like to keep with that flicking, or I don't know, yeah, flicking. So yeah, I think her hair is looking really cute right now, and I think I just need to deepen up the shadows a little bit more. And I only use 3 colors on her hair, so it's very basic hair color. And I apologize, my windows are open, so I don't know if you can hear the car alarm going off, but I'm so sorry about that. It's finally cool enough here that it feels like fall and we can have some time with the windows open and fresh air. I wanted to show you that the 85-9 will kind of gunk up on your paper. It's just a very highly pigmented color, and so you'll get that shiny area, and you know, if that doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. But I try, I'll take the colorless blender and really lightly go over those areas, and it'll pick up any of that color that's sitting on top of the paper, and then so you don't have that like shiny area. And then I'll just kind of smooth it out with my mid-tone color, I think, and then it's all gone, so it's nice and even. So now I'm going to start on coloring the rest of the image. I have figured out which colors I wanted to use, and I put them on the grid paper for you so you can take note. I will also put them all in the YouTube description below, as well as the blog posts on my blog and the Greeting Farm. So I chose purples, oranges, and blacks because if you don't know, the Greeting Farm has a Farm Fresh challenge every month. It's a month-long challenge and it changes. This month for October, it's a color challenge, and the colors are purple, orange, and black. So most people think of those colors for Halloween, and I do too, but I'm not really into making Halloween cards because I just don't send those out. So I use that color combination to make my card today, which is totally a non-Halloween card, but I can mail it out and I still can, you know, have fun in the challenge. So check it out. I'll have a link in the description below. And oh, one of the most important parts of joining the challenge is that you get entered to win a $50 gift certificate to the Greeting Farm store. So you could pick up this stamp and several other stamps that are on your wish list. So it's a perk of entering challenges, as well as just being, you know, doing something maybe out of your comfort zone, or like these probably aren't colors that I would normally use together, but I love purple, so I concentrated on more purple in my image. So I colored the cup and the clip in her hair purple, and also her cute little fuzzy bunny slippers, and kept the other colors as accents. So there's going to be her black shirt, which is going to be more, you know, of a prominent color, and then the orange is just going to be an accent on her shorts. So I was going to color her shirt very, very simple. Like I went into it looking at it, yeah, I'm just going to do a very basic coloring on her shirt, and then all of a sudden I just started to see the folds in the shirt, because I do follow the lines just like I follow the lines in the hair, and the folds just kind of came together and started to appear. So I was really actually kind of happy with how her shirt came out, and my girls were telling me that they thought it was super cool, and now they want a Copic lesson from mommy, so we might do that tomorrow. Yeah, I will do a video on folds. I just don't know how to explain very well how they happen. They kind of just happen, and I know that's probably not a very good explanation, but I will kind of make myself think about it for a video coming up if that's something that you would be interested in, and so that I could explain it a little bit better how I do folds. So of course I add a wink of Stella on her slippers and the clip in her hair and also the little book that she's holding. I chose the sentiment from this awesome sentiment set that the Greeting Farm released a long time ago, and it's discontinued by now, and it's a set that I will never ever get rid of. It is called Because of You, so if you can ever find it, I highly recommend it. I love the font, I love the sayings, and this one is, it doesn't get much better than this, because honestly, if I have a cup of coffee and a great book, it really doesn't get much better than that. So that's the card. I think it's super cute. I kept it very simple, basically a one-layer card. I popped up that panel with some foam adhesive, and that is it, because the coloring is the star of the card today. So I want to thank everybody, all of my new subscribers, all of my current subscribers for liking the video last week with the mermaid. Check out my blog. I will have the winner listed there at www.inkyfairydesigns.com. Thanks again for the Greeting Farm for having me to do these videos this month, and maybe I will see you around sometime on the farm again. Until next time, bye.